bitches, every city in my tribe. Look behind. Booty dominate the world, peaches ripe.
I seen something in your chat. I never said pregnancy is easy. Player 420.
No, you didn't. I just think that it seems like you're like diminishing how difficult it actually is. That's like I think that that's what they meant by it. I'm not sure, but it just kind of it seems like you're diminishing how like difficult pregnancy actually is.
I don't know, man. I think that I've done nothing but give credit to the idea of how hard pregnancy is.
Oh yeah, you've definitely talked about it. I'm not trying to, yeah. You've definitely said that. It just kind of seems like, or just by like the basis of this conversation that you're like I get that pregnancy is hard, but like if you chose to have sex, I
Right.
don't know.
And I'm here also trying to open my mind to these situations because it is something I'm not super read up on, and I'm trying to see from both sides of the aisle. And I know I'm never going to have the same situation as a woman who got pregnant because she had unprotected sex but didn't want a baby. Like, I know that I'll never be there. Like, at
Mhm.
worst, I will be the guy who got someone pregnant. Like, that's like the worst. I never have to worry
Sure.
about it. Like,
So
so
the point in the human rights study is under torture and ill treatment of women. In other cases, women and girls face significant difficulties in accessing legal abortion service due to administrative and bureaucratic hurdles, refusal on the part of healthcare workers to adhere to medical protocols that guarantee legal rights, negative attitudes, official incompetence or disinterest, the denial of safe abortions, and subjugating women and girls to humiliating and judgmental attitudes in contexts of extreme vulnerability and where timely healthcare is essential, amounts to torture or ill treatment.
right, like, yeah, that's a strongly written paragraph for sure. I'd have to see the whole thing, and I'd like to know exactly where it came from, but I'll do that on my own time. I'm not like, tell me everything. Like,
Sure, I'll
it's
give you
fine.
a
Like,
follow and I can send you the link. Do you think
oh
it
yeah.
would be unethical to force sterilization to men?
Um, do I think it would be unethical to force sterilization on men? In what context? Like, just a man is born
Well,
and
let's
they
say
like
like
cut
at
off.
age 13, you have to get a vasectomy.
Age 13, you have to get a reversible vasectomy. Well, I shouldn't even
Yeah.
say reversible because, uh, you know, it would obviously that feels like a breach of someone's personal body, which obviously the irony there
Yeah.
is. But
Yeah.
if
So,
there was a strong enough study that said doing such a thing would make the world better for potential fetuses, I'd be open to the idea. Honestly, I honestly
so
would.
forced and coerced sterilization is the next point in this study, saying that is essentially equivalent to torture. And I asked that question to kind of highlight the hypocrisy, where when restricting abortion access violates a woman's autonomy, people feel generally okay with that. But when implementing a policy that only affects men but would have the same outcome overall isn't supported, it just feels like a real hypocrisy in the argument.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I said I would be open to having a conversation to because where we were standing was forced sterilization, as in uh, you get as soon as you're old enough to start making live sperm that would lead to a baby, you get a vasectomy, and then you unvasectomy yourself if you want to have a child later in
Yeah.
life, and you've made a choice with another person. That actually doesn't sound like a horrible idea, like theoretically.
Okay. Well, I
Like,
appreciate you're consistent, but I would disagree. I find it unethical to violate someone's bodily autonomy.
I mean, I think that's fair for you to be consistent when it comes to that too, right? If I'm going to
No,
be in, I'm
no,
going to be
I think
all in.
forced sterilization would be unethical.
Right, right. That's why, like, that's why I said if I'm going to be in, I'm going to be all in. I'm not going to say it's only women or whatever. Like, if there's some actual idea here that's actually going to work and lead to the least amount of lives ended before they become lives, then I'd at least have to look at the numbers and the long-term outcomes and stuff like that and see if
Well, I think it would have
it could
a
be
real
palatable.
damaging psychological effect, so that's why I wouldn't want to go down that road. But I mean,
Correct.
if you do want to find some common, middle ground, if we are going to discuss ways to prevent unwanted pregnancy, that would be really the government funding of effective birth control, which I would support, as well as sex education starting as early as elementary school.
Agreed.
And
Yeah,
then,
I'm not totally against any of that stuff either. Like, that's
yes, I'm
definitely
so hornasty, Abby. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you. One of the
Kenzie,
girls in the comments is trolling me.
Kenzie, you always are.
On the other side of that, 47% of pregnant people feel that abortion is their only choice because they don't have the expenses for child rearing, or they don't have the support system to care for the child. So if we're looking at giving people another choice, I'm all about that, which would be free and affordable health care, a living wage, free daycare, paid maternity leave. If
look.
you want to come up with comprehensive solutions, I'm all about that. Just abortion
Right.
ban should not be on the list.
Even though, like, I guess you would say I would lean conservative on a lot of things, I'm actually very much a populist. I'm against the idea of prison for profit. I'm against the death penalty. I'm against what we have as a law system right now. I'm all for actual public programs that would help build communities, whether it's rural, mountainous white folk that need community building or urban communities, all that stuff. I'm fine with that. Like, and I understand that a lot of abortions do come from narratives that were created by people who wanted to commit eugenics on black people, to put it bluntly. Like, a lot of the original, I'm not saying that's what Planned Parenthood does now. I know a woman who's very close to me and my family who works for Planned Parenthood. It's not some evil corporation with a pitchfork or whatever. Like, I understand it does great things, but its original creation was based by a very racist woman who wanted to, kill. Well, not to you, not kill, but
I hear
she
that
wanted.
argument a lot, but I mean, I'm sure we could agree that America was founded on white colonizers who owned slaves and didn't want their wives to have rights and didn't
Yeah,
want
there's
to pay
not.
taxes.
I'm so fucking cute, bitch.